The battle between rationality and propaganda. A message from Aldous Huxley. Unlike the masses, intellectuals have a taste for rationality and interest in facts. Their critical habit of mind makes them resistant to the kind of propaganda that works so well on the majority. These words are not just an observation, they are a warning. I, Aldous Huxley, have spent my life analyzing the forces that shape human thought, how societies rise, how they fall, and how they are controlled. The question I pose to you today is this: are you thinking, or are you merely being made to believe you are thinking? The meaning in my time. In the early 20th century, I watched as propaganda became the most powerful tool of influence, overtaking brute force. The totalitarian regimes of Hitler, Stalin, and Mussolini did not rule with guns alone. They ruled with ideas, with the careful manipulation of language, emotion, and belief. The masses were led, not forced, into obedience because they had been conditioned to accept narratives without questioning them. The rise of technology and mass media only accelerated this trend. The radio, newspapers, and later television became instruments of control, shaping public perception and guiding the emotions of entire nations. Those who could think critically, those who valued facts over feelings, were the last line of defense against this insidious force. Yet they were always a minority. The meaning, today. If propaganda was powerful in my time, it is all-consuming in yours. The difference is that today, propaganda does not come from a single authoritarian regime. It is embedded in every aspect of your life, from social media feeds to news cycles, from entertainment to corporate messaging. Unlike my time, where propaganda was imposed from the top down, today's propaganda is more insidious. It is decentralized, viral, and most dangerously, customized for you. Algorithms curate your information, ensuring you see what reinforces your biases while eliminating dissenting perspectives. The result? A society fragmented into echo chambers, each convinced of their own righteousness, each resistant to facts that challenge their worldview. The masses, trained by these digital systems, react rather than think. Outrage, fear, and instant gratification replace deep contemplation. Emotional manipulation replaces logic. The ability to discern truth from falsehood erodes. And where does this lead? A society where independent thought is not just rare, it is discouraged. Those who think critically are labeled as threats, as obstacles to the seamless functioning of mass belief. This is the dystopia I foresaw. A world not where books are burned, but where people are conditioned to no longer seek knowledge. How should we think? If you are to resist, you must first reclaim your own mind. 1. Question everything. The first step in escaping mass influence is to recognize that you are being influenced. Whenever you encounter a piece of information, ask, who benefits if I believe this? 2. Resist emotional manipulation. Fear, anger, and outrage are the tools of propaganda. If a message provokes an immediate emotional response, pause, reflect, consider whether you are being played. 3. Seek multiple perspectives. If you only consume information that aligns with your pre-existing beliefs, you are not thinking, you are being programmed. 4. Understand the tools of influence. Learn how media, algorithms, and psychological tactics are used to manipulate public opinion. Knowledge of the system is the first step to resisting it. Advice and warnings. The danger today is not just external, it is internal. The battle is not only against those who spread propaganda, but against your own conditioned impulses. The human mind, when left untrained, defaults to easy answers, to comforting illusions, to narratives that require no effort to accept. But reality does not conform to what is easy. It is complex, nuanced, often uncomfortable. And yet, to ignore it is to surrender yourself to forces that seek not your enlightenment, but your obedience. The world is moving toward a precipice where independent thought is rare, where conformity is enforced not by violence, but by social and technological conditioning. If you do not actively fight for your ability to think, you will lose it without ever realizing it was taken from you. In conclusion, I, Aldous Huxley, wrote Brave New World as a warning, not a blueprint. I foresaw a world where truth would be drowned in irrelevance, where people would become passive consumers rather than active thinkers. That world is here. The masses will always be swayed by propaganda. But you, if you so choose, can be different. You can be among those who resist, who think, who seek truth, even when it is inconvenient. The price of such resistance is isolation, ridicule, even hostility. But the alternative, the loss of your own mind, is far worse. For those who value truth over comfort, reason over reaction, and reality over illusion, join the fight. For more, visit information-warfare.com, because the war for your mind is already being waged.